Hello, Stitchers. Welcome to Flosstube number 77. It is Sunday, March 24th, 2024. I am Nicole, and welcome back to my Flosstube series here on my YouTube channel. So happy to be back with you this week. I have quite a few fun things to share with you today, including previous Easter finishes. I have some completed projects, some FFO'S. I did a fun little sewing project for Easter that I'm going to share with you. Plus, I have a finished stitch that I didn't get FFO'd for today, but I'm going to have a finishing tutorial for you a little later this week as a Flosstube bonus. Also included today, we are going to go over what I purchased from Nashville Needlework market releases from this year. I have that haul. I have a little bit of stitchy mail. I'm going to share my Book of Days update so far through March. And I have a Nashville Needlework Market Stitch start. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, stay tuned. As always, I do put the timestamps down in the description below so that you can easily find what you're looking for in each Flosstube episode in case you need to go back and look for something. Hopefully that makes it a little bit easier. I did forget to tell you guys I will have some giveaways. I don't think I said that earlier. So let's talk about previous finishes for the Easter season. The first one I'm going to show you here on my front-facing camera because it's big. And it is, of course, more chocolate bunnies. This was our Easter sal from last year. This is a hands-on design chart. I did stitch mine on the called for fabric with the called for sulky floss. And it's finished on the 141 design Plentiful Pocket Paddle. So it's this great little pocket. These are all little picks and things from Hobby Lobby and Michael's from last year. I do have a finishing tutorial for this video, so I will link this right here for you guys if you want to see how I finish this from start to finish. Plus there's a playlist, so I will have all of that information down in the description from when we did this stitch along. So that is my first previous finish I wanted to share today. I did use my button tutorial, and I did a covered button here that matches. I just pulled a carrot out of this. I believe I shortened it just a little bit so that it would fit on that button, if I'm not mistaken. That's kind of what I remember. I am seeing tons of these pop up on social media. A lot of you are getting it finished this year, and I love it. You can start anytime as well. So if you want to, jump back and check out those videos I did when we did this as a stitch along, that is amazing. So I'm going to go tuck this back into my Easter decor, but this is More Chocolate Bunnies by Hands On Design. Super cute and fun. And do you see the little buttons for their little bunny bums? So cute. The next finish that I want to talk about kind of goes hand in hand with More Chocolate Bunnies, and that is Hop On In by Hands On Design. And the reason it goes hand in hand, it uses the same sulky pack from the More Chocolate Bunnies. I think maybe you don't use one or two of the colors, maybe one of the colors, if I'm not mistaken. But if you get that sulky thread pack, you can stitch this as well. I made this into a fun little pillow. Has a little rickrack, little ribbon, some little stick pins. Super fun. I love how it pops on that charcoal Lugana fabric. So that is a previous finish that I have for Easter as well. Next, this is actually a project that we did a little poll last year on what project to do for the Easter Sal, and More Chocolate Bunnies won, but this chart by Cherry Hill Stitchery, which is called Hope, was a pretty close second. And I made this one into a pillow as well. It is stitched, I believe this is 37 count legacy. I'm almost positive. And I used all the called for DMC for this, and there is a pillow tutorial, which I will link right up here in the upper corner of your screen if you want to see how I sewed together this sweet little pillow. And I actually stitched this one, and then I followed that same tutorial to do hop on in. Okay. And last but not least today, we have With Thy Needle and Thread, the Rabbit and the Rose. This is a sal that Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, and I hosted last year. I did finish mine into a pillow, pretty much just followed the same look from the cover sheet. And it does have some Whisper floss for the tail, which is a bear to stitch with, but it looks amazing. And then I did do some chenille trim that I hand stitched around the pillow to finish. This is stitched on 37 count Legacy. This is not the called for fabric from the chart. It's a little bit lighter, and I love how the images or the stitching pops on it. So super pretty. So again, this is The Rabbit and the Rose by With Thy Needle and Thread. And that is my previous finishes. Not a ton yet because I'm really, just getting into the main stitching for seasons here in the last couple years. So I felt like this was really good for really getting on the let's finish some stuff. Now I have a couple things I need to finish. I'm hopeful that I'll have them. I've started the finish process, but they're not finished yet. So I'm hoping to share them in next week's Easter episode. I know it will be Easter, so it would be too late to finish them for this year, but as you're going to see here in today's finishes and other things, I'm kind of think I might be stitching just out of season this year. I think I'm going to just stitch what I feel like stitching and let it be what it is. All right. So for my first FFO this week, I had this stitched in time, but I couldn't figure out how I wanted to finish it. This is the Lucky Spool by Crafty Bluebonnet Designs. And I ended up, okay, it isn't that I couldn't figure out how I wanted to finish. I knew how I wanted to finish. I lied. I did stitch this with my own color conversion using color and cotton threads. And while that's fantastic and wonderful, the first light green color I picked was not great, and I'd stitched the whole thing. So there's like a little outline on the shamrocks and then the Lucky in the spool, and it was too light, you guys. I sat and looked at it for a week and finally ripped it all out and re-stitched that. So here is the design from Crafty Bluebonnet. And here is my little tiny pillow finish. The colors I used, I do have listed down below, plus I will be listing these on my Instagram. The light color is Color and Cotton Lily Pad. My darker green is Cilantro. Then the spool, like the thread on the spool, is Macrame. And also, it's kind of hard to see, but there's little, there you go. I think you can see that pretty good. Some little doodads. And then the darker brown is Storybook. I love this as a way to utilize my color and cotton floss that I get in my club, but also, have some variegation. You can really see it, and I love it. I stitched mine on 36 count Mushroom Bold by Color and Cotton. It was a club color. And this down here is actually 36 count Glastonbury Tour by Fabrics by Stephanie. And I sewed these two fabrics together. Then I took my macrame color and I did a little ziggy-zag stitch just for a fun little decorative element. Then I sewed this panel. Well, actually, then I took both this and this scrap of Sweetwater fabric, placed some interfacing on both, put them front to front, stitched around, leaving a little opening down here, turned this out and made it into a pillow doing a blind stitch. And then I took some DMC and a cording tool and I made cording that I glued with Aleene's glue all the way around until I got to the top up here where it kind of crisscrossed. And then I had little tails hang down and I knotted it for that cording detail. And then finally, I took 2 ribbons from my stash. These are both Stampin' Up! Ribbons that I've had for a while. They just matched so beautifully. I used the 141 Design bow making tool in the size 2.5 to make this into a bow that I tacked on with a little, you can see a little bit. I just tacked it in place with a little bit of embroidery floss. Well, actually, I tacked it in place with some upholstery floss. It was nice and strong. And it's almost finished. I will tell you that I am saving doing my Instagram post for this, so it will be this week because Monday, the pins I ordered to place up here kind of through the top of my pillow will be here. I didn't think I would add any pins. I didn't have anything that would really work, but on Annie the Proper Stitcher's YouTube channel, and if you are not watching Annie on Flosstube, you totally should. Plus, she has amazing charts. She's just started as a designer in this last year, but she shared Jersey Girl Stitch Co. and I will link to it down in the description to the pins I bought. I ordered the St. Patty's Day, pardon me, pins to place in my pillow, but I also ordered a set of pins to go with Annie's Strength and Dignity chart, which is part of my Nashville market release that I'll be sharing here in just a bit. So that is the only thing left to add to this, and then I'll share it on Instagram. Plus I have a little something else that's going to go with this, but you'll see. But I'm very excited. I normally don't do any St. Patty's stitching. This is my first piece actually. And I would say my first decor, but my amazing friend Lori Craig also gifted me some felt shamrocks that she stitched using Posh Design. So this with those shamrocks and then how the other little thing I'm going to do is going to make a cute little vignette for next year. So even though we're past St. Patty's Day this year, I'm okay because now I have something to set out for next year. Really, really fun and very excited. Okay, my next finish, my next FFO is something that I finished a long time ago. And I think I even showed you guys that I finished it a long time ago. I'm going to switch my camera again because I can't. So this is the Tree Farm Spool. So this is from Crafty Bluebonnet Designs. I know some of you probably saw this on Instagram. I did a reel kind of showing how I put it all together. This is a little pillow. I've had this guy done since December. I needed a quick and easy finish. And I wish I could tell you guys what floss I used, but I literally pulled from another chart I was stitching at the time, which was a Shakespeare's Peddler chart. And I probably could guess, but I don't know if I even used just floss from that. I literally had a stack. I remember this distinctly, that I was working on things and I just wanted to have a finish. I just wanted to have like that success moment where you've stitched something and you're like, done. And it wasn't something big. And so I just pulled floss from wherever to stitch this. This is a scrap of 40 count linen. It's mystery. I have no idea what it is. I'm pretty sure it is 40. This is 36 count. And this one's a little bit bigger, so I'm almost 100% this is 40 count linen. And I put it into this little fun snow globe. I've decorated it up. I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to pull it all apart. I'm going to show you guys kind of how I put it together and all of the things. But let's talk about the snow globe real quick first. This was from the Target dollar spot in 2022. I've had it down in my basement storage room. I have some shelves with bins of like finishing type things. So I always shop there first before running out to the store when I need to finish some sort of craft project, or usually a cross stitch finish project. And that is where I had this, but it's been sitting there. And actually, it hasn't been. It's been sitting in here in my craft room because I meant to finish this in December and I just never pulled the trigger. And there's a couple reasons why, which I'll show you when I flip the camera around. So I know that this is going to be a little harder to find. I do want to tell you that my friend Jody, Simply Stitchin' Ocala, she found a pack with the white and the red snow globes on Macrame for I think $15 plus shipping. So if you want to check out Macrame and see if they have them, that is a great resource. Thank you so much, Jody, for that info. And why I'm showing this now, obviously this is an out of season type thing. I mean, both of these are out of season. But what I want you to keep in mind as we go through this year, look at the Target dollar spot, look at Michael's, look at Hobby Lobby, look at places like that when they start putting out their seasonal decor. And even if you don't have an exact idea for something, if it's something like I picked up this snow globe because I knew that there would be something I could make with it. I didn't know at the time what I was going to do. April hadn't even started her business yet with the spools. So the spool stitches. So I kind of I like to gather things. Sometimes I have to go out and find something specific for a finish, but a lot of times I like to just gather little things. And I'm a huge snow globe person, so that's part of the reason I have this. But think out of the box a little bit and what could I maybe create a cute vignette with or do a cute finish with. So that is my tip for the year is as you are out shopping, check out, the seasonal decor just to see if there's little pieces of something that you could maybe put together and create something like this. So let's flip it around. And let's pull it apart so I can kind of show you guys what I did. So it comes apart super easy, like so. And here is the actual cross stitch finish. So I made a little pillow again, sewed. There's interfacing on both pieces. I wanted it to be kind of sturdy. After I sewed it together, I did a little blind stitch down here. And then this is also a ribbon or trim that I've had from Stampin' Up, but anything will work. It's super tiny and skinny, but this is a super tiny pillow. I did glue it in place with Aleene's glue. I tied it into a little knot up here and I left my ends long and just added some little knotted ends. So that was my pillow. Then I took a loop pin and I put some rusty jingle bells on it. I put this little number 25 token. This is a Tim Holtz product. So is the memo or the loop pin and a little button on it. And I just placed it up here in the upper corner of my pillow finish. And then this is a memo pin from Tim Holtz. And in the little Instagram video, I show how I stamp this little sign on cardstock and ink it up. And then I just put it in the memo pin and stuck that into my pillow. It's not even permanent. And it's a fun way to incorporate your stamping, if you're a stamper, into your finish. So that's the pillow. For the base here, funny enough, these metal snowflakes, I don't have a source for. They came in the Jingle Bell class for Hello from Liz Matthews. I did not use them for my tree. So I've been saving them all along. They were stuck in the bottom of this because I saved them to use with this. These trees, they're bottle brush trees from Tim Holtz. And I'm going to show you this one because this is how they come. This is one of the little short ones, but they come like this. I actually spritzed mine with all kinds of sprays and then I glittered them with Tim's glitter. And that is what they look like. And I just thought they were the perfect little backdrop for my tree farm. This is also Tim Holtz, this little candy cane, as are the candies. This is felt batting. If you I don't want to really pull it apart, but if you watch my Instagram reel, you saw me put batting down in the bottom. The bottom of this is hollow. So that means if you stick stuff in it, it was going all the way down to the bottom. So I knew I needed to build this up. You could do this with foam, or there's lots of ways you could do it. But I had scraps of batting, and I literally just took my scraps of batting, cut them into circles, and stuck them in here and built that up. Then I hot glued these to the top layer, but the top layer is attached to a chipboard circle underneath for a little stability. And that is how I put my little snow globe together, you guys. Very, very easy. Then we just tuck it in here, kind of like so. And then you just carefully, I don't want to get that snowflake caught. And there are some felt, see if we can see them. They're just kind of tucked down in there. Felt, what I'm calling snowballs, but they're just little felted balls. So this was my finish number 2. It's a very small cross stitch, but it is a big impact piece. I absolutely love it. Thank you guys for all your kind comments on Instagram. And if this is your first time seeing it, I hope you love it too. It was really, really fun, and I'm so happy to have another piece finished that I have had stitched for a while. Let's talk finishes. I have one finish this week, and it's actually a start and a finish. Now, I don't have a ton of whips to share this week because I've been doing some secret stitching. So I have been working on something else, but I can't show. Well, I could if I wanted, but I'm not going to show it to you yet. You'll see why soon. But I did do a start and finish, and I actually started this after my Stitch With Me interview with April and Haley of Crafty Bluebonnet Designs. So let me switch my camera, and I'll show you what I worked on. So we had a fun Wednesday night Stitch With Me interview with with April and Haley of Crafty Bluebonnet Designs, a mother-daughter duo. And we were talking about the bunny spool. We were talking about a lot of their designs, but the bunny spool came up, and I've had this in my I want to stitch, and I was so inspired that I decided to go ahead and start stitching it right after our live Wednesday. Now, I'm going to tell you, most of the designs I can stitch in an evening. This one took a little longer because it's a front and a back. Do you guys see how cute that is? So I wanted to stitch this for Easter. I have a really fun finish in mind for this, which I'll share with you guys probably this week. You'll see it maybe on Instagram, and then I'll obviously share it in my Easter Flosstube episode because this will be done yet today. But I did do a color and cotton color conversion again, so I'll have a picture of this on Instagram eventually. Natural cotton, I mostly followed this. So I will have this in the description, but you can see I went through and I wrote down my color and cotton conversion. I used natural cotton for the white areas. So that's going to be the teeth, the insides of the eyes, and that outline around the ears, as well as I did stitch the bunny tail on the back, but I'll show you what I'm going to do on mine. There are a couple of small differences from how it's charted, so I do want to kind of talk about that really quick. Carousel is also a very light color, and it's going to end up being, you'll see when I show you my stitch, very close to my fabric color. I did use it for the mouth. I did not use it for the tip of the ear, which is where that should have been used again. Instead for that, I used hay bale. Then for the spool itself, funny enough, I used the color Spool. For the top and bottom of the spool, I used hot cocoa. And then for the eyes and the little detail on the teeth, I used Jamestown. Then for the pink, which I think is just what sets it all off, I use the color Mesa, and that's the nose and the insides of the ears. So that's the colors I used. Now let's look at my stitching. And here we go. So here is my front and back. I stitched mine on 36 count Cedar River linen in the color Overcast, using 1 strand over 2, and he couldn't be cuter, right? I mean, how adorable is he? So I'm going to show you guys when I get to the finishing portion. You could use like a little felted ball. This is actually a little pom-pom. I am going to stitch this pom-pom for my 2-sided finish, because look how cute that is. And I will be sharing how I'm finishing mine soon. You probably noticed that there's a little back stitch line all the way around. So it's in that light pale pink, but this is so adorable, and it really is quick, but I think it is absolutely so precious and fun. And look at the whiskers. And then you can see that they're also on the back piece. You can see that they stick out just a little bit. So cute, you guys. So definitely grab this chart. Even if you don't have time to stitch it for this year, to stitch it for next, it's so, so cute. And this is the Bunny Spool by Crafty Bluebonnet Designs. Let's talk new starts. I wanted to do a market start, and so I picked the Spring Folk chart from Hands On Design. You guys might remember I did the Autumn Folk as part of the Pep Rally Retreat that will be released to the public a little later this year. So I want to do Spring Folk. Sarah of Sarah's Stitchery is stitching this as a SAL right now. I will put the hashtag here across the screen. And my friend Shari just finished stitching this completely, and I think she's even FFO'ing it, so you might see it in her channel soon. So definitely check out Shari's YouTube, Flosstube. Down in the description below, there will be a link. So I only have a tiny start. I just started it, so that's all I've got. I am starting at the bottom. Oh, I got some polyester fiber fill hanging out here. I might have been finishing something. I started at the bottom. I love to have a straight. I could have started at the top. I know. I like to have like a corner. Here's the reason I didn't start up here. I probably spent way too much time thinking about this, but I didn't want to just do a couple stitches in white, and then I didn't want to count over and be wrong to get to the more of the white. So I actually started down here so I could stitch a big portion all at one time. So I'm going to just work my way up. It's totally fine. It's no big deal. I am using the called for fabric. It's 32 count driftwood by Fabrics by Stephanie. This is what all of the folk seasons are going to be stitched on. So grab yourself a piece if you want to. And then I am going to link right here in the corner. Kathy of Hands On Design has a tutorial for these specialty stitches in this chart. She just put it up this last week. Go check it out so that you know how to do these specialty stitches. I will be watching it as I get to the specialty stitches in the stitch. And I'm using all the called for this, but I have a really fun plan for this guy too. I will be finishing it on the Chantel's 141 design paddle, but stay tuned. I'm going to work on this all this week. I think this is going to be my Easter Holy Week stitch. I didn't really want to start something else, and since this is a spring Easter, I thought this would be a lovely stitch to spend some time with each evening this week as we lead up to the Easter holiday. So again, Spring Folk. This is part of my Nashville Needlework Market haul. I won't be showing it again though, since I'm showing it. I do want to remind everybody that I announced my Flossiversary SAL last week. It's the seasonal BISCORNU Flossiversary SAL. It will start April 17th, go for 4 weeks, and then with the 5th week being a finishing tutorial. For my SAL, I will be sharing BISCORNU stitched from this hands-on design series. This is the triple play basket series. We have winter, summer, autumn, and spring. I will have an example from each of these for the SAL. I am going to stitch in real time one of the summer basket charts. You can see that Kathy finished hers as pillows. Maybe this isn't a brand new chart. You may have stitched these and finished them as pillows or have them stitched already. The beauty of these is that they are a square, and a square charted chart finish can be made into a BISCORNU. And I do have one here. You guys probably saw it last week if you watched, but I turned one of the autumn basket stitches into this BISCORNU. And you do stitch 2 pieces of fabric. And it's not really super secret. I'm not going to show it to you yet, but I am stitching. I did stitch another one. That was my secret stitching. So I have another one done and ready to show you guys. But in real time, during the SAL, I will be doing this one. I will be showing you step by step on how to put together the BISCORNU. So to take kind of the scariness out of it, no special tools required. You hand stitch the 2 pieces of fabric together. I'm going to share all of it with you, and I promise when you're done, you are going to want to make all of the BISCORNUs. So that is what I'm using. I just wanted to give a little reminder here, and then we're going to talk next really quick about what to watch. And the reason I wanted to share the BISCORNU or do a reminder on the BISCORNU seasonal BISCORNU Flossiversary SAL is because coming up on, I want to make sure, April 3rd, it's a Wednesday, April 3rd, 2024 at 7 p.m. Central Time, we are going to have a special Stitch with me and Kathy Haberman of Hands On Design. So Kathy is going to come on. We're going to talk about all things hands-on design. How exciting is that? I'm sure she's going to tell us all about when she charted these patterns. You can ask her questions, so get ready for that. I've already listed it on my YouTube channel, so make sure you are subscribed and you click the bell to be notified so that you can come hang out with Kathy and I, and the replay will be available for anyone who can't watch live. That being said, I also did a Stitch with Me this past Wednesday with April and Haley of Crafty Bluebonnet Designs. And they came on and talked about their business and their charts. You can see I had a lot of them here today. It was a great time to kind of finish those things up and be able to share those since I was visiting with April. And I'm saying this because you still have a few days left. Hop over to that video. Link is right here, everybody. Hop over to that video, leave a comment, because April and Haley are giving away 2 prizes to 2 of you, and you need to leave a comment by this coming Wednesday, which is, I'm going to have to look really quick. I'm so sorry. It will be the 27th. That is correct. So March 27th at 8 p.m. Central Time. That's how long you have. I will draw winners that evening. So you still have a few days. Go over and leave a comment. And the reason I say that is the prizes are fantastic. One winner will win a chart of their choice from April's shop. It'll be a PDF. And the second winner will win all 4 of the April 1st release charts. So it's another trio of sewing room charts, which there's already the first one, which I did share that I will be stitching those. I'll be stitching both of those. 2 new states are being released, and the adorable little rainbow spool. So I know my little rainbow stitchers are going to love that. If you would like to get the charts or have a chance to win the charts, leave a comment. And thank you guys for all of the kind comments you've left on that video. It was super fun being able to kind of feature and talk about April and Haley's business and all of that good stuff. And she even shares a sneak peek or two in that video of what is coming up. So super duper fun. I've been doing a little sewing. I know, everybody's shocked. I cleaned my craft room. I've actually sewed 3 times. I'm only ready to show you one thing. That's more than I've done other than some little finishes here and there in a long time, as far as really having fun with fabric. So what I stitched, I'm going to pop up here on the screen. I saw this. I am subscribed to Fig Tree Quilt's blog, Fig Tree and Company blog. I am a huge Joanna Figueroa fan, and I have tons of her fabric from years and years. I'm a collector. I have a few. I have about 2 to 3 designers who I just absolutely love, and I have lots and lots of their fabric, and Joanna is one of them. And I love her blog as well, and she always has fun ideas. You guys might remember I did some fun little candy canes and things at Christmas time. Those candy canes were in the little patchwork stars. Those came right from her blog. And so I saw that she posted this a while back on her blog, and I had to make these carrots. So I have them on this tray just for now. That was like for photography purposes. But let's flip the camera around and talk about them. So you would have to pick up this pattern. I actually have had it because when you're a collector, you have things. You can get it either the paper or the download straight from Fig Tree Quilts, and I do have it linked down below. I think I linked to the PDF. But instead of a radish, we're going to make this into a carrot, which is what you're seeing right here. This is the graphic. So on her blog, she tells you how to take this pattern and turn it into these. And I need to zoom out maybe a little bit, huh? I did a trio of fabric carrots. I did do the large. There's a large and a small, and I did do the large size. They're stuffed with polyester fiber fill, and you might wonder how come the leaves do this. I did put floral wire. She does suggest that in the pattern. So there's a loop of floral wire in the leaves, so you can really bend and manipulate these the way you want. I made all of these in one evening. Super easy, perfect little Easter finish. I'm so excited to tuck these into my display. I just grabbed fig tree fabric. That's what I was talking about, my fig tree obsession. I didn't have quite enough of this one, so I did do a different pattern for the outside of the leaves on this one. It's just so cute. It's so cute. Let me look at this and see. Here's your materials list on the back, kind of like the finished size. But I love this, you guys. And it was really fun. I bet you I've had this pattern. Let's see when it came out. 2012. I bet I've had it since then, everybody. I bet you I've had it since then. But I just took, this is another Stampin' Up! Ribbon I had in my stash, and I tied around. I just kind of copied. She had a pretty velvet ribbon. I just used something in my stash to kind of hide, obviously, where these are sewn together. But how fun are these? I mean, you guys, I just love it so much. Very, very easy and super fun to put together. So here are my carrots. Absolutely love them. And so if you're looking for a fun Easter project, highly recommend. I'm going to make more. I actually want to make some in the smaller size then. And so we need a lot of different carrots, don't we? So anyhow, this was a super fun project, and it really kind of helped. I needed something different to do, and I wanted to sew. And I thought, I'm just going to go ahead and dive into these because I had bookmarked when I saw she shared these and I knew I wanted to make some carrots. So absolutely super duper fun. And that was my sewing for this week. At least what I'm going to show you. So here is a look at my book of days so far for March. I've got everything color coded. I've talked about this earlier in the year that I'm using highlighters to highlight what I'm doing every day. Mine is very simple. I decorate it with some washi stickers and some washi tape, but I've kept my book very simple. But I'm able to easily kind of see what I get an overall look and view what I have done each month, which is very, very fun. And I can see what days I took off as well. If I circle a date, that means I didn't do any stitching that day, which there's been a few, not a ton, but it's really fun to look at and see what all I have done and accomplished for the month. Looks like we need to get some April stickers going, decoration going here this next week, doesn't it? So that is my book of days. If you guys are keeping up with your book of days, I hope you're enjoying it too. This has worked really well for me. It's a very simplified version of what I thought I wanted to do, but it's great. And my little color coding here, this is working so good because at the end of the month I can easily just come fill it out, and I think it's gonna be super cute or neat at the end of the year to be able to look at this and go, oh my gosh, look at what all I accomplished. Because I think we have a tendency to think we don't get as much done as we do. So that is my book of days. Let's talk Nashville Needlework Market and haul and what I got. So I had wanted to share last week, but I was waiting on like 1 or 2 orders, I think. And I have them now, so I want to share it all at once. Now, that being said, do I think I'm going to get to any of these things right away other than the spring folk, which is what I chose to start from that? No. However, I have kind of reworked my thinking as far as collecting charts goes. And I've decided, I thought hard about what I bought, but I like the idea of having a pattern library. My friend Chantal has talked about that a lot. We talk about it a lot together. In fact, to the point where I stitched something here not too long ago where I was able to go to my pattern library and I already had the chart. Like I wanted to stitch something. Oh, it was my Mrs. Bunny tail from With Thy Needle and Thread. It was in my library. It was lovely. And I cleaned up my library when I did my big clean a week or 2 ago. And I've reorganized everything by season or theme so that when I want to stitch, let's say patriotic, that'll be coming up here after Easter season, I can go to the patriotic section. I can go to my whips. They're also organized by season or theme. And I can stitch those and finish those. But then I can go to my pattern library and see what I want to stitch because I purchased those charts for a reason. So a lot of this is going to go into that. Yes, some of them will get stitched right away, but some of them are just going to be put into the library. Most of them are going to be put into the library, and I can stitch them as the mood strikes, which I think is so super fun. So let's dive in to what I picked up from Nashville Needlework Market 2024. We're going to do October House Fiber Arts first. I did get Americana Blue. Now, I did not get Americana Red last year. I may go and pick it up as well. I really love this. I probably should have taken these out of the plastic. You know what? I don't store mine in plastic, so we're going to. I store mine in sheet protectors, so I won't open it up here, but I'll open it up and I pop the whole thing into a sheet protector. So that's Americana Blue. Now I did get these. It's Queen Bee and Pollinator's Garden. And I don't know, I'm going to insert it right here. If you check out the October House Fiber Arts Instagram, she stitched these together. You guys, I think that's what I'm going to do. I love it so much. So I'm going to show these here together on the screen. It's the Queen Bee and the Pollinator's Garden. They're absolutely adorable as those little skinny pillows, kind of part of that whole collection that October House Fiber Arts does, but stitched together. So, so cute. All right. I also picked up, this was in stock at Fat Quarter Shop. I picked up, and I do have the threads for it. This is the sampler bag from Shepherd's Bush. And I got the buttons. But it is to stitch on this burlap color Mad for Plaid bag. I've never stitched one of these. Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, stitched one for me for Christmas, and I would really like to do this. So I did get the buttons that go with it. They're from Just Another Button Company, and I am going to stitch up one of these bags. If you don't want to stitch the bags, look at the little finishes in little pillows. So cute, you guys. And I'm just going to tuck that right in there. All right, next up, let's talk about hands-on design. I already talked about the spring folk. Okay, there they are. And you've seen Liberty Pennies. I did not bring Liberty Penny in here because, or Liberty Pennies, because I'm stitching it already. I did get Gather at the Table. I did get Gather Blessings. I got the blackberry. I have an idea. I want to do all of the berries. I've been collecting them. I need to get to stitching them. Botanical Bee. I've seen so many of you guys already stitching this. I did already get the fabric from Fabrics by Stephanie to do this. It's Juniper, and I can't wait to stitch that. And I got the Gather Wildflowers rounds that are finished on the paddle by 141 Design. Okay, so I was talking about Annie the Proper Stitcher earlier, and I ordered some pins that she talked about in her Flosstube. I also picked up her Strength and Dignity chart that she released at Nashville. I love this, so I am going to be stitching this, and I did get the pins. I don't think she has them on here, but they're from Jersey Girl Stitch Co., and I ordered the pins to put in here that she talked about in her recent Flosstube. From Shakespeare's Peddler, I'm working on, she did release the Christmas one from Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher, but which is very similar to this, I guess I want to say. I purchased her Home Sweet Home because I just thought it was so stinking cute. And I got the 40 count mushroom light mocha to stitch it on, that it's charted. So I got that from Kitten Stitcher, Shakespeare's Peddler. From Plum Street, I'm sure no one will be shocked, I got American Welcome. And I will start this one this year. This one is going into a project bag. It's not going into my library. It is charted in DMC and some overdyes, and Color and Cotton did do a thread pack conversion for the overdyes only. You still need to get the DMCs, and I picked up the Color and Cotton pack for my overdyes for this. So again, So again, I'm going to put this into a project bag as a start for this year. From Stacy Nash, had to have these because I made that bunny from With Thy Needle and Thread. I knew that I could do these. So I got her Animal Crackers bobbin, which is this darling little mouse. And I got Maggie May, which is the bunny. And I will definitely have to do her for next year. That's a lot of full coverage stitching, y'all, but oh my word, these are so cute. Okay, from Heart and Hand, I know I already talked about that. I think I shared I had to have these. I, of course, got Frosty Tiny Town and the Frosty Frill. I will be making mine into a drum. My drum tutorial is still coming. I just need to finish my spring blooming Tiny Town, which is fine. It can be out all summer long. It's for spring, but it's fine. It'll get done, but I will be stitching this year. From Liz Matthews, I got Cottontail, and I definitely want to stitch Cottontail for next year. Because I just think this is so adorable. So this is Cottontail by Hello from Liz Matthews. This is 56 count. I don't think I can stitch 56, but I sure wish I could. Because that's so cute. That's what I want to do, this colorway for sure. And then I also got this, which I do have the download for this from her Patreon, but I wanted the chart. So this is You've Got the Love, and I have stitched this, and I'm going to show you that. So you guys might remember that I showed this back in my Valentine's stitching. I stitched it this year. Here, it's this right here, but I stitched mine with grits on a red fabric. So keep that in mind as you're stitching this. I'm stitching this one as well, and I think I'll do a little frame, although it is super cute as a heart pillow. And I think I'll do something similar, like stitching with the white on the red for it as well, but it's just something for the wall. So I wanted to show that. You've Got the Love. All right, flip that page over. Actually, I don't have that one yet. I did get the Annie B's Spring Green Pears, but it was back ordered, so that'll be coming. From Primrose Cottage, I did get Red, White, and Blue Quilt and the Patriotic Quaker. And then from the Nashville Needlework Market book, I did get the Happiness is Homemade. It's a recipe book, and there's charts in here. From, I can't show you the charts, but there's, you know, recipes and charted little things in here. The first one is, or actually the first one, that's not what I was going to say. Yeah, I can't show, there's not pictures of all of them, but super duper cute. Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, she said she made this cake and it was really, really good. So there's that. You get not only good recipes, but you get some cute little charts. And this was, at the time of filming this, it was still in stock at Fat Quarter Shop as well as some other places, because this is one of those things that when it sells out, it's gone. They do one each year, I believe. Okay. That is it for my Nashville Needlework Market haul of things that I bought. Now, I do have a couple things that were gifted to me by a friend, so I am going to do Stitchy Mail next. Okay, so I wanted to share, a friend sent me some goodies she picked up while she was there. This is an awesome, this is called the Cross Stitch Buddy Ultimate Ruler, and I'm going to take it out of here now. It has so much good information on it. It's just a fabulous notion. Finishing formulas, fabric count gauge, floss length gauges, stitch size formulas, strand count guide, needle size guide, corner gauge, and it's a 17-inch ruler. So look at all the great things that you get on it. It's just an amazing tool. So I'm putting this right into my stash. It'll be something that I reach for again and again. I just love it. It is so awesome. So really, really fun. That was one thing. I do have links to these down below. So she also picked me up 36 count fabric in the three new Fiber on a Whim colors. This is Malachite, Moonstone, great basic. I love the colors. You guys know I'm really into the colored fabric this year, but Moonstone's such a good basic. And Sapphire, absolutely gorgeous. Hello from Liz Matthews has charted in the colored fabrics. In fact, this bunny was stitched on Malachite, so you can kind of see what it would look like. So just really amazing, amazing fabrics. I love Fiber on a Whim, so I'm going to put those in my stash. And then she also picked up a few additional goodies. This adorable, look at this little doodad with needles. So cute. I'm going to stick this in my little Stitchy box, which really should have been haul. I guess I did get some haul, but I've had it for a couple weeks. Next week we'll share that. How about that? She also picked up from Lady Dot Creates. I'm so excited to share this so I can put it up now. Look at this with the little pins. Look at how adorable this is, you guys. I love this. So this will be going right up back behind me to use as decoration. And then also from Lady Dot Creates, this little scissor fob, which I'm adding to my scissors right now. And it's cute little springy. Look at the little dog on it and the little heart. I mean, she knows me. This is amazing. Isn't that so cute? And then she also sent, and by she, I mean Chantal, these awesome little hoop charms from her shop. So thank you, Chantal, so much for that. So also I was gifted by my awesome friend Alicia, the Fanciful Flamingo, one of her favorite things, bi-monthly subscription boxes, and we are going to open it up and see what's inside. I have a link down in the description below if you would like to pick up a box, and stay tuned to my channel. I am going to be inviting Alicia on to talk about all of the things, including her subscription boxes, as well as the retreat she's putting on this summer. So stay tuned for that, but let's open up this fun box. So full disclosure, I don't have a whole lot of patience. I already opened it, but we're going to open it again. So it was really much prettier than this. I'm going to zoom out. But that's zooming in. My full disclosure is it was a lot prettier until I got a hold of it. So the first thing is that you get invited to a Zoom stitch as being in here. You get a beautiful card that if you're part of the subscription, you get a link to the Zoom to participate. You get this card. It's beautiful. It tells you what is in the box. So beautifully done, you guys. This is a beautiful presentation. Okay, we got some jelly beans that I'm going to pass on to my son. He'll be thrilled. You get a cute little bunny sticker you could add to your, like I'll add mine to my laptop. You get a little piece of 16 count Grace Notes fabric. This is for the stitch. You get some cute little project bag tags in a bunny shape. How adorable is that? The finishing fabric, this is Lori Holt fabric, I'm almost positive, that goes on the back of the stitched piece, which I probably should just pull out and show you because I love it. It is from Sweet Wing Studio, and it is, as he said, look at the sweet bunny and sheep with the cross. I am going to stitch this. I'm not going to stitch it on the Ada, but I am going to stitch this. I absolutely love this. So you get this beautiful chart. So you can see that goes together. Not only that, I mean, you can pull your box out and get started, you guys. You get the floss pack. It's charted in DMC to stitch it. Look at these beautiful counting pens. You can bet that I'm going to stick these into some sort, maybe even my Blooming Tiny Town, you guys. So gorgeous counting pens. Scott's Mountain Crafts. This is a floss winder. Let's take it out of here because this is amazing. It is so for your winding your floss like the DMC from here, you can cut it all the same length. Absolutely amazing. And then I just love, this is the project information card, but it's so beautiful. Who does it say this is from? I feel like I didn't look at that. We're going to look. Yeah, I don't know. It says what most of the things are from. So I love that. But I just thought this was so, oh, this is from Tiger Lily. It says right down here. Carrie, how did I not know that your cards were like that? Oh my gosh, I love it. Love it. Okay, maybe I need to go get some cards from Carrie, huh? So anyway, thank you so much, Alicia, for sending this. I love it. I think this is an amazing, amazing kit. I know that April of Crafty Bluebonnet Designs is going to be, I believe, this summer. Annie, the Proper Stitcher, is going to be in the fall box. So definitely check it out. Click the link down in the description if you would like to subscribe to Alicia's Favorite Things boxes. Let's do some giveaways. I don't have winners this week because I had taken a week off, and I do give you about a week and a half to leave comments. So you still have until the 27th to leave comments from the last Flosstube episode, and I will announce those winners next week on the Easter episode. And this week you have until April 3rd, 2024 at 8 a.m. Central Time to leave a comment to be considered for one of these prizes. Please leave the number of what you're interested in down in the description below. In your comment, not in the description below. Please leave the numbers that you're interested in your comment. Please like the video. Please be Please be a subscriber of my channel. Make sure you're hitting that notification bell so you're notified when there is a new video. And please be a U.S. resident only and be over 18 because I have to ask for your shipping address. So I'm going to flip the camera around and show you what I'm giving away this week. We have 5 giveaways. Okay, number 1 is the Stitch Quarterly from Fat Quarter Shop. I did show it last week, so I'm not going to take it all out this week. Put a 1 in your comment if you're interested. The only thing this is missing is the bunny. needle minder. You get everything else that comes in here, but not the needle minder. So you get 2 project bags, the project, fabric, floss, needle, all the good things. Put a 1 in your comment. Put a 2 in your comment if you would like this 32 count platinum Lugana. Now this is a leftover piece from my stash, but if you do get quite a bit, it just has a little corner cut out of it. 32 count platinum Lugana. And you also get the Little House Needleworks all dolled up and the Country Cottage Needleworks Toy Story charts. Put a 2 in your comment if you would like that. Number 3. I ended up never hearing from the winner of the Toy Emporium, so this time I'm giving away Toy Emporium and Mrs. Claus Candy Shop. This is from the Signs of Christmas charts from Crazy Annie's Stitchin'. Annie B's Folk Art charted these. This is this year's series. And then I'm also giving you this really large piece. There is a little bit cut out of it, but there's still a ton of fabric, you guys. A ton of fabric. I believe this is 28 count light mushroom. It does not have the thing on it, but I'm almost positive that this is the 28 count light mushroom. So if you would like these 2 charts and the fabric, put a 3 in your comment. Number 4, I also never heard from my 100K giveaway for this prize. I think this is the only one that went unclaimed. Oh no. So you're getting a zippered bag. I'll show you what you get in it because that's been a little bit. It's a snowman bag. So you get the zippered bag. We get the Twin Peaks Primitive Smiling Face Snowman, Snow Magical from Brenda Gervais, the Bee in My Bonnet Stitch Card Set S, a Floss Keeper from 141 Design in a snowflake, a hoop, and the cotton twill tape to wrap the hoop, all in this bag. Put a 4 in your comment if you would like to win this. And finally, for my quilters, I have another great bundle for you guys today. Put a 5 for this one. This is from the March Sew Sampler from Fat Quarter Shop. Fabric from Sweetwater. You get the pattern. This is the December. I love this one. And fabric, you do have to get your background fabrics, binding, backing. It's just the theme for both of those, but you get those. So both of those and all of the patterns that I shared last week, these are new at Fat Quarter Shop. You get all of that, and that is a 5. So leave a 5 if you would like to win that. Okay, everyone, thank you guys so much, as always, for spending some time with me today. I appreciate you all so, so much. I hope you guys are all gathering your stuff for the BISCORNU sale. I'm super excited about that. I'm very excited. Mark your calendars for April 3rd. On a Wednesday evening, Kathy's going to come on and you guys can ask her questions and we can just chat and have a really fun visit. I think it'll be great. That's going to be right before, obviously, the sale starts. So it's a great opportunity to have a chance to sit and visit with Kathy. Go back and watch last week's if you are interested in any of Crafty Bluebonnet Designs charts. It's a great way to get to know the designer. And also stay tuned because Alicia, the Fanciful Flamingo will be on soon to talk about all kinds of great stuff there. Check out her subscription boxes if you haven't already. Other than that, I wish you all a wonderful week here leading up to the Easter holiday. I can't wait. I'm loving seeing what people are stitching for Holy Week. So keep that going. If you're, oh, I forgot. You get this with the quilt. So sorry. That comes with the quilting. It fell aside. Anyway, I am very excited to see what everybody's stitching and to see Easter stitches. I will have a finishing tutorial this week. It's a surprise finishing tutorial. So check that out as well. And I'm sure I'll be posting about it everywhere. Make some fabric carrots if you like to sew. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new Flosstube stitching or quilting video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.